Welcome to Stager Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. My name is Stephanie. This is the podcast where we bring you the latest tips, tricks, and expert insights from the world of professional staging. And I'm joined by my friend and fellow staging expert, Candace.
Hi, everyone. We may be competitors in the Denver market, but we believe in abundance and collaboration over competition, and we're here to share our collective knowledge with you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from the experts. This is Stager Savvy.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Stager Savvy. This is Stephanie.
And I'm Candace.
And today we're going to talk about what it means to be stage ready. So if your stager has said that to you and you're not clear on what that means, let's find out. Let's dive in. Candace, this is definitely your area of expertise over mine. I don't do a whole lot of the bring furniture in and, so I don't need them to be stage ready for me. They have to be stage ready, of course, for photos, but my clients are generally doing most of the work themselves. So when you tell your clients to be stage ready, what does that mean? What are you expecting of them? And what's your expectations?
It's a great topic, actually, because I find myself going into homes ready to stage and they are not ready for me. And so we're going to talk about what that means to be stage ready.
I can't wait.
So if you're confused when your stager says be stage ready, hopefully we'll clear that up for you.
Awesome.
So what that means is that you've taken care of all the homework that you've needed to do and that you're ready for staging. It really is the cherry on top. So it's the last thing that's done. So we're going to talk about some of the other things that you should do to get stage ready.
Okay. So I think a lot of the confusion, like people think, oh, the stager's coming, so I don't have to do anything, but you're not doing all of that preparation, right? They have to do the prep work so the home is ready to be staged.
Exactly. And
all right. So what's the first
boxes, and we're not, moving furniture unless it's the furniture that we've brought in. We're hoping that the home is ready to go. We can bring in the staging. Voila.
Okay.
And then you're ready to go. But it does take time and it is a process to get there.
Yeah. Okay. So what is their first thing? Are they going off of maybe you've had a consultation already and they're following all those steps?
Yeah.
Okay.
So once the stager, if you've had a consultation, the stager generally has given you a list of things that you should do to get stage ready. So some of those things are, you're going to move anything that's not going to be used for staging out of the house. Find yourself a storage unit or put it in your garage. Buyers know that you're moving. And so they do expect to see a garage full of boxes. So that's no problem.
Right.
But getting all that other stuff out is probably one of the most important things. In fact, I had a home it was my very first home actually that I staged. And the guy had a giant exercise thing that he could do his knee, pull up his knees.
Okay.
And I don't even know what that machine is called, but it was giant right in the middle of the master bedroom. And then in the kitchen was a very old oven and stove sitting in the middle of the kitchen. And so when I got there, and then the garage had just all this garbage in it. Well, that's not stage ready because I can't really stage around these large pieces of, appliances and whatnot. And so I ended up leaving because he was not ready for me. Because how do you put a kitchen table in when there's a stove in the middle of it? So stage ready means basically you've done everything you need to do.
So do those clients do a lot of times they think that you're going to be moving all of that extra stuff out of their dining room so you can put a table in? Like, is that kind of the mindset? I mean, I guess people really don't know, right? I mean, most people have never used a stager, so they really don't know what to expect. So it's up to us to tell them, which
Tell
I know
them.
I know you do.
Which I did. And he said, what, you can't stage around those pieces? No, I can't put a table where the stove is. I can't put your master bed or primary bed in that bedroom because there's a giant piece in the middle of the floor.
Right.
So
Okay.
you would think that it would be, basic, but it's not necessarily. I think they expect us to do more than we're actually doing as far as moving their stuff.
Right. So they need to have all of their stuff moved, all of their rooms prepped and ready, all of the things that they learned in their consultation that they need to pack up and get out of there. And that's another point too. You mentioned storage unit. And I think a lot of people too struggle with spending money to stage their home. Like they don't think, they're like, I'm moving. Why would I put money into this house? But it does cost money to prepare a home for sale, even if
quite a bit
you're
of
not
money.
paying for all the furniture and all the things. Like even a consultation costs money, and maybe a storage unit costs money, and like you need somewhere to put all that extra stuff. And a storage unit doesn't cost that much. And in the end, if your house looks fantastic, right, you're going to get that payback at the closing table.
Right.
And
right.
It's not that big a deal.
Do us a favor and just start moving it all out, because it's difficult to make new updated stuff look well with dated or outdated stuff.
Right.
So let's just move it out, put it in the garage, put it in a storage unit, or even a basement is a good
sure. Right.
Yeah.
But
so then they gotta do all their repairs if they have repairs. If they're doing their like re-sanding and staining their floors, that should be done in advance. I don't want to come in and move a chair and gouge your floor that you've just had freshly done. So that needs to be done in advance.
Right. Plus, if they do it after, then they're going to get the sanding dust all over the furniture that they've rented from you, right? Like it's not their furniture. They need to be mindful of the things that they're doing with that furniture in their home. It should be doing nothing, really.
Right. And we're really sensitive when we are moving furniture in or out or whatever we're doing. We're really sensitive about, not marking up the floors and not marking up the walls. And so, we're respectful with the fact that people have probably freshly painted, so we don't leave a lot of nail holes and things in the walls. So the painting should be done. The flooring should be taken care of. If you have carpets that need to be cleaned, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Although I get why people struggle with that one, because here the movers are in and out with furniture. They don't want their new freshly cleaned carpet to get dirty.
Right. But you can't clean the carpets once the stagers brought furniture in. Like you're not going to clean around.
And I've had people
furniture.
Right.
Okay.
Cleaning around furniture is not okay. If it needs to be cleaned, it should just be cleaned.
Yeah. For sure. So that I think oh my gosh, I can't talk today. The kind of the premise of the whole podcast really is raising awareness about how it works and what we're doing and what you can do if you want to do it yourself, or, all of those things, but just the importance of staging and helping people understand why it's important and how it benefits them and all of those things that we're going to be talking about in all of these episodes. But educating people, like that's the biggest thing. I mean, I know in a past life you were a teacher and I worked at a school. I was the assistant, but like it's still educating people, whether it's the sellers about what they need to do before I bring my furniture in, or whether it's real estate agents and how we can help them grow their business and, have a better brand for their business and all of those kinds of things. But right. It's all about education.
I know I've had painters in there, even though on my contract it says that everything's done and it's stage ready. I'll have painters in there working behind me and then I'm supposed to know where they've been and not to touch, and I'm, trying to move furniture around, and
Yep.
then here they are. So those
That's
are
another point. Yeah. All the other trades need to be done before the stager can come in and do anything. I've done one vacant stage in my career. And I did it because I thought I didn't want to do those, but I kind of wanted to jump in and make sure that that's not where I wanted my business to go. So I was helping out. I helped out another one of our recent members. Anyway, and when we arrived, there were tile guys installing, I don't know what you call a tile guy, whatever, installing tilers, installing backsplash tile in the kitchen. So we had this giant box of stuff to stage in the kitchen, and we couldn't do any of it because they're still in there. So we did everything else, and we just left this box. Like, I guess your kitchen's not going to be done because you didn't follow the rules. Yeah, exactly.
They end up having to do it themselves because we're not going to be putting our stuff out amongst dust and grout and
exactly
moved around, and the risk of it breaking. And so people don't think about those things, but all of that should be done before staging. And I don't like to leave a job unfinished. So when that happens, I hate that because I want to finish my job, and that's causing delays to me, which costs money.
That's right. Well, and you also don't want to show up and not be able to do your job, and then you have to reschedule them for another time, and then you're making an extra trip. I mean, it's hard on, and they have to have another time where they're able to open their house up to you. Like, it's inconvenient really for everybody on both sides.
Which is why I have a rescheduling fee in my contract, because if I come and you're not ready for me because the tile guy's still there, then unfortunately I'm not going to stage, and we're going to have to reschedule, and I'm going to charge you a fee for that.
For sure, because you spent however many hours getting there or preparing or whatever. So yeah, I mean, you still need to be paid for that time.
Is a great point, Stephanie, that I want to just expand on a little bit, because what people don't understand about staging is that our prep work is done up front most of the time. We've put a design together. We've selected all the pieces that are going to go in the design. We've wrapped them, packed them, loaded a truck. So really the easy part is the staging. What's time consuming is on that back end, on that front end, all that stuff that you have to do to get ready. So by the time we're ready to go stage a home, we've spent quite a bit of hours getting it.
You've done a ton of work already.
So I don't want to have to now undo all of that, reschedule, do it all again. Costs money for you, costs money for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I would think that sellers would not want to have to pay you twice. So they should be taking care of all the things, making sure all of the things are done right
in advance, plenty of time in advance, so that then we can come in and do our job at the best of our abilities.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it always is hurry, hurry, hurry. We got to get it on the market right now. But don't you want to get it on the market when it's ready and when it looks its best, as opposed to as fast as possible?
Right.
Yeah.
And, I always wonder, Stephanie, why do realtors and agents schedule their photos first before they schedule their staging? So stagers are working around a photographer's schedule, which generally it's one person. And then when you're in staging, it's a lot of other people are involved, not only me, but the delivery driver, the people helping me stage the home. So why are we inconveniencing all of those people when you can just wait and schedule your photos for once the staging will be scheduled and completed?
Yeah, I feel like that is definitely the backwards.
I do that all the time. I work, forward from the photographer.
Right. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh, so photos are on Monday. So can you come on like Thursday? Like,
so if you're an agent,
okay,
let me know, and No, why do you schedule the photos before the staging?
Yeah,
Because
let us know in the comments.
I would
Tell
love
us
to know that.
why. Maybe there's a great reason and we just don't know.
There sure seems to be a lot of photographers, so I don't know why you couldn't, if you couldn't get your guys scheduled, you could find somebody else. That's what
Right.
it is,
Yeah.
lots of
I don't
business.
know, but I agree. I get that. I get that a lot. I also get just like we schedule something and I'll ask, it depends on the agent, I guess. Some agents I'll be like, okay, so when are photos happening? Oh, we don't have them scheduled yet. We're going to see how much time they need. And I'm like, yay, that's fantastic. So then depending on what the home does need, like, can I recommend paint or are we having pictures in 48 hours? Like, you can only
Absolutely.
recommend based on the timeline that you're given. So it can't always make the home be the absolute best that it can. Yeah, it's going to be better than before we got there, but wouldn't you want to present it its best?
Right. And this is
Even if
why
it's
I like my agents to hire me for the consultation way in advance,
yes,
weeks in advance if possible, so
yes.
that if they do need paint, there's time to get that done.
I agree. Or flooring, we can do flooring. I just read something that flooring has a 200% return on investment.
Absolutely.
Like put in new floors, everybody, and
Yeah,
double your money and
maybe they didn't know about that they might have to do that until
right.
we told them, and then but the photos are Friday, so oh well.
Right. So now they're going on the market with
Timeline.
subpar flooring because they didn't have time to switch it out and they didn't have time to paint or whatever. And so their house looks okay, but they were willing to put money in, but they didn't get the opportunity to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's the point of this episode, is that there's a process that should be completed. You start with your consultation as early as
As
possible.
early as possible, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've done consults. I did one that was like a year in advance.
Awesome.
She had all sorts of time, but she was redoing the floor. She was painting everything. She had a lot of clutter to get through and get packed so she wanted to know what could stay and what she needed to get rid of. And let's pick the flooring and, all the things. And we did. And it
Because
made,
we can also help pick those things
yes,
for them, as if we're in our consultation and we're talking about these things, we can help select those items, and so that they're not alone at the floor and decor trying to make a decision.
yeah, for sure.
We're good.
That's one of my favorites. I love select, picking paint and even tile and flooring
Me too.
if that comes up. I think it's super fun. But yeah, if we have even a month before they're planning on,
That's like
like staging should be top of mind first thing, like, oh, maybe I'm getting ready to sell. Like when you're starting to look for an agent, start looking for a stager or see if your agent will contact their stager.
That's the one. Yes. If
Yeah.
for that consultation, and then that gives you homework and a plan to go through.
Yep.
Where the very last step, you clean first, then you stage so the house looks sparkling when they're finished. Then we do our part, and then it's ready to go for photos.
So let's back up. We talked about getting everything out of there. We talked about doing the repairs, doing the painting, all of those things. And you just sort of snuck in cleaning, but like that's a big one before you show up with the furniture. I think we need to spend a little time there. We can't just skim over that.
Sure. That is for sure, because the cleaners should not be cleaning around the staging furniture.
Right.
They should be cleaning before the staging furniture.
And so the staging furniture stays clean and has a nice fresh spot to belong in.
Right.
And they're not, struggling to clean around it. What were you going to say about bathrooms? Sorry.
I was just going to say bathrooms and kitchens. I mean, those things should be, as I've heard from my mentor, Bobby, Q-tip clean.
Q-tip clean. Love it.
Q-tip clean. They should be that clean. So
yeah,
go ahead and get it all clean, so that then when we bring in accessories in the bathroom and towels and things, it has a clean place to land.
Right. It's kind of weird, but I do it because I'm kind of weird, I guess. But I tell people to think about when they stay in a hotel room. Like it feels, if it's a decent hotel room, right? It's fresh and clean and
Perfect.
just
Yeah.
feels nice and the linens are fluffy and fresh and all the things. But somebody else slept there last night, right? But you're not thinking about that
Yeah.
because it's presented so well. So to get that visual in their head, like you need to present your home to the next person so they're not thinking about the family that lived before and, oh, they're a little grubby. Like they're seeing that it's perfect and clean and fresh, and that makes them feel like it's well maintained as well, which is what they want. So the cleaning part is just
huge.
big. Yeah.
Huge.
Okay.
Have a cleaning crew who specializes in move outs come in and give it a deep clean.
Agree. I tell all my clients that, like, you're going to be tired after packing and purging and moving and like all the things. You're going to be exhausted. Let somebody else come in and spend a few hours cleaning it, because they know the level of clean it needs to be. And a homeowner doesn't necessarily know that level of, I mean, maybe they do because they're whatever, but not everybody has the same level of clean. And when you get a professional to come in, you know it's going to be at that top level and it's going to be fantastic most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah. They probably have products that they like to use for certain situations that maybe we don't know about.
Right.
You know, one of the spots that never gets hit, I feel like, unless a cleaning crew's doing it, is like the top of the light bulbs on your, you know, your light fixture in your bathroom.
Right.
So many of us in this area have.
I don't ever clean mine.
Lights. No, nobody cleans that stuff, but
no.
I don't.
But you need to, when you're selling your house, you need to look like you have fresh light bulbs, fresh light fixture, like everything around everything, all the parts, yes, right?
It's not your basic clean.
It's not your basic clean. And that has to happen before a stager brings in furniture. Yeah.
So as I said, the staging is the cherry on top.
Right.
So last thing that's done, we generally, at least I turn all the lights on the way it's supposed to, like in a model home, you know, all the lights are on. I do that, you know, after I've finished staging, so that literally the photographer can come in the next morning and do their job.
Yeah. Perfect. Love it.
Yeah, so that's the definition of stage ready then. So if you get a stager, make sure it's stage ready before they come.
Okay. Stage ready. Do your work, peeps.
Do your work, homework.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Do you have anything else to add?
I think we covered it. So
I think so.
Thank goodness we have some sun now in Colorado, and I think we need to go out and take a walk. Enjoy.
Yay. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye, Candace.
Bye, Steph.
Thank you for listening to Stager Savvy, insider secrets to stage your home and sell it for more. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion on home staging and gained valuable insights that you can apply to your own real estate journey.
If you have any questions, ideas for future episodes, or would like to learn more about our services, please feel free to visit our website, stagersavvy.com, or reach out to us directly at stagersavvy@gmail.com. We're always here to help.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay up to date on the latest episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us and helps us improve our content and reach more people.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.